Welcome to the Not Old Better Show Good Housekeeping interview series on radio and podcast. The show covering all things health, wellness, culture, kitchen, cooking, and more. The show for all of us who aren't old. We're better. Each week, we'll interview superstars, experts, and ordinary people doing extraordinary things, all related to this wonderful experience of getting better, not just older. Now here's your host, the award-winning Paul Vogelzak.
Thank you, and welcome to our Good Housekeeping interview series. You know, it's officially that magical time of year when your inbox is overflowing, your cart has 14 open tabs, and every influencer claims they have found the perfect gift. But before you hit buy now on that air fryer you're pretty sure your daughter-in-law wants, pause. This is the Not Old Better Show, Good, Better, Best interview series from Good Housekeeping. And today we're cutting through the chaos with the help of somebody who actually knows what's worth your money. Amanda Fama is Good Housekeeping's senior editor for deals and trends. And yes, she's already sleuthed out the season's best Black Friday, Cyber Monday, ongoing steals and deals from tested tech to gift-worthy kitchen gear. Amanda doesn't just hunt deals. She double-checks them against real testing from the Good Housekeeping Institute. No gimmicks, no guesswork, just smart picks that won't disappoint the morning after Christmas. Very important time, especially with little ones. You will also hear today a bit about Amanda's creative side and why a gift doesn't have to cost a lot to feel special. With a touch of festive music in the background, we're getting into the spirit with a little less stress. So if you're shopping for grandkids, grown kids, or just trying to avoid a gifting flop, stick with us. Here's our guest today, the Good Housekeeping Senior Editor for Deals and Trends, Amanda Fama. Amanda Fama, welcome to the program. Good to talk to you today.
Thank you, you too. Thanks for having me.
Oh, gosh. We're just about to the holidays, and it's an exciting time of year. You and your work as senior editor for deals and trends there at Good Housekeeping is super exciting. I know you are very busy, so we really appreciate the time. I am excited to talk to you. I'd love to just jump right in and start with some questions because I know our audience is going to be curious about this. You really have spent a decade or so, covering shopping trends and really making sense of kind of all of the Black Friday sales kinds of things. Do you see this season in particular as being one that's different from previous Black Friday seasons and shopping seasons?
Yeah, so honestly, a little bit. This year, when I was preparing for sales and, deals coverage, I was being notified about early Black Friday sales the day after Halloween. So we're talking,
Yeah.
November 1st, we're getting emails from retailers about their sales that are upcoming. So honestly, I personally thought it started very early this year. It's the entire month of November is really Black Friday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we wait for Black Friday, or are you seeing some of the early deals being really just about as good as we're going to get there? I mean, I think some people even feel like, boy, I better just, do this right now because I don't want to miss out and perhaps lose, this special item that I'm, considering for a loved one.
Yeah, no, definitely. So, obviously, right now we're seeing so many great deals. We're seeing a lot of discounts that are surpassing even 60%, which is really great. So I think right now the early deals are extremely valuable. I think that if you see something on sale that you want or need, I don't think there's anything wrong with taking the plunge and buying it. But I'll talk more about that later as far as like comparing prices and
Yeah.
timing.
Yeah.
Um, but I say yes, I think these deals are really great right now. And at Good Housekeeping, we have a lot of intel from brands that we work with who, communicate what their sales are going to be during Black Friday versus early Black Friday. So I can personally predict that the sales, they're going to be great. They're going to be, some of them are just as good. But that being said, there are a lot of really great sales to come. So I'm
Yeah, I think that's very helpful. I think the other thing people kind of think about in anticipation of, kind of Black Friday and certainly in anticipation of Cyber Monday is what do we do to kind of keep track of all these deals? Technology can help us do that. How do you kind of keep track of some of this stuff? Do you use bookmarks? Do you use notes? Do you copy links and paste them elsewhere? How do you do some of that?
Yeah, so I personally, I have so many bookmarks
Oh,
on on my laptop right now, as far as deals and sales go. But I think for somebody who's shopping, I think bookmarking is valuable. I think, you know, if you see something on sale and you want to add it to your cart and you want to keep an eye on it, you want to keep it, on the back burner for now while you're kind of, you know, analyzing those sales day by day. I think, that's a great method. But yeah, as far as, now until Cyber Monday, um, it's funny because Cyber Monday, I always kind of like giggle at the name because now I feel like Black Friday is like such a cyber event
yeah.
that, you know, you're gonna be bookmarking sales, like I said, the entire month of November. But
It's
but yeah, it's actually kind of it's cool because this year, I believe marks the 20th anniversary of Cyber Monday. So,
wow.
yeah, so we've been online shopping for quite a while now, and, um, but yeah, I think bookmarking and visiting your favorite sites, your favorite brands, your favorite retailers, even on social media, I have so many, Instagram pages saved from deals that I see that I wanna go back to. So, everything from desktop to social media, I
Mhm.
think keeping track is great.
Amazing that it has been 20 years.
Yeah.
I've been right there with it the whole time. I will tell you, I'll personalize this just slightly,
Yeah, of course.
just for you, and tell you that my wife and I have a new, our first grandchild. We have a grandson. He just turned 1, so this is really gonna be kind of his first Christmas. We're super excited. I think he's just gonna get deluged with toys. I mean, honestly, I just think it's gonna be kinda out of control. So for those of us that are, we've been at it for a while, maybe 20 years, maybe this is our first with a grandchild, but both for parents and for grandparents, what is the one toy, the one maybe tech deal that you'd recommend that we have on our list?
Okay, so this is a great question. And when I was kind of brainstorming, I was thinking maybe a little bit older, like,
Uh-huh.
preteen, grandkid.
Perfect, yep, perfect, perfect, yeah.
So
We'll get there.
yeah, yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
So what I was thinking as far as a really great universal tech gift, um, so obviously I love music, and I have a very small portable Marshall speaker, and
Okay.
I, um, I'm blown away by the sound of this thing. It's compact, it's portable, it sounds incredible, and I think, I'm in my 30s, but I think, somebody like a preteen would also benefit from it, and it'll last a long time. And, you can stream podcasts, music, you can really do so much with a simple Bluetooth speaker that, I think that's a really great tech gift for a kid, personally. But, you know, that's a great question. It depends on the age, really. I think that's gonna be a different answer, for a kid who's 5 versus a kid who's 12, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah. Tech is so, it's so prevalent and it's such it's a common kinda useful item that really any age group my son is married to, kind of the mother of our grandchild. She has a nephew who he's 12, and he literally is a podcaster. He's creating his own music. Yeah, he is really so this idea of a Marshall 'cause I love the Marshall brand, and I think that's a fantastic idea. If we're out searching for some of these kinds of things, how do we balance this idea of kinda strategy, a sense of urgency, but still being smart about our spending? What is your go-to there?
So there are a few methods that, you can use. And one of them, I'm going to, kind of give a little Amazon specific tip if you're using Amazon.
Yeah,
Um, there's a price tracking tool called Camel that
I've heard of it.
I
Yeah.
so what you can do is you can either install it into your Google browser, or you can use the actual website. But it literally compares the price of an item throughout a set duration of time. So if you're looking at, say, that Marshall speaker, a Bluetooth speaker,
Yeah.
you can use that URL and it will literally tell you when, say, last year it was the cheapest. So if you're shopping early deals and you notice that it was a little bit cheaper on Black Friday specifically, maybe you'll want to wait it out. That's a method. You can kind of look at that real time price history, um, which is helpful. I use it all the time. But if you're not shopping on Amazon, um, and you're shopping straight from your favorite retailers, which I also love. What you can do is really pay attention to the sales that these brands are announcing. So, especially with Black Friday and Cyber Monday and this entire shopping month, a lot of brands will really kind of like be very transparent about their sale durations. They might have one early sale one week, another early sale the next week. So, if you see something that's on sale during a specific sale period, um, and it's going to be ending, and it's going to be ending in a week, then I think that's a reason to jump on that sale. Um, so it's really just kind of being smart about it, paying attention to those tiny details, and if you're really trying to save a decent amount of money, taking those extra steps, it helps.
Hold that shopping cart. We are just getting to the good stuff. We're going to be right back after our message with Amanda Fama. If you're still debating between a tech toy for the grandkids or a cozy gift for yourself, don't worry. Amanda Fama has plenty more where that came from. Up next, insider tips from the Good Housekeeping Institute, the deals she's actually watching right now, and why waiting might not be the smartest strategy this season. Grab a pen or just keep scrolling with one hand. We've got more gift-worthy gold coming up right after this. Today's show is brought to you by Aura Frames. Aura Frames is the answer to every holiday gifting moment. Never struggle again to find the perfect holiday gift. You know that moment. You're scanning store shelves or online deals thinking, what do I get for someone who has everything? The gift has to be meaningful, not over the top, and absolutely not something that ends up in the back of the closet. That's why I love Aura Frames. It's the easiest gift to give. I gave one to our son last year, preloaded with pictures of the grandkid, family vacations, even a short video of our dog doing his holiday trick of being super annoying. When our son opened it, it was tears, laughter, and memories all wrapped up into one beautiful digital frame. And the best part, I've kept sending new photos to all of my kids right from my phone all year long. You don't need to be a tech genius. Just download the Aura app, connect the frame to Wi-Fi, and voila, unlimited photo and video uploads. And every frame comes in a premium box, no wrapping stress, no price tag. Don't wait. Win the holidays now with Aura Frames. For a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver mat frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, by using promo code NOB at checkout. That's Aura, A-U-R-A, frames.com, promo code NOB. All of this will be in our show notes, but this deal is exclusive to our listeners, and frames sell out fast, so order yours now to get it in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Aura Frames is the answer to every holiday gifting moment. Never struggle again to find the perfect holiday gift. Terms and conditions apply. Senior editor for Deals and Trends,
Yeah.
Amanda Fama, is with us. And yeah, it's so great to talk to you about some of the good housekeeping
Yeah.
things that you consider and you look at, because these trends and kind of these insider tips on the best deals,
Yeah.
like, for example, the camel idea. I just think that's great for our audience. What are some of the surprising unique gift trends that you're seeing this year? I think, for different generations, it might be slightly different. Do you have kind of an idea about, what is special this year and makes this year kind of unique for all of us?
Totally. So one thing that I've noticed is the love for retro gifts.
Hmm.
I've seen a lot of those, come to the forefront this year. Specifically with toys, I've seen a lot of retro toys, whether it's Light Bright, Rainbow Bright, Strawberry Shortcake, Elmo. A lot of those really retro toys are becoming very popular, which I think is fun. And of course, that's more so geared toward kids, their gifts, but they could also be gifted to, a millennial who might want a little bit of a flashback.
Yeah.
Um, so that's a fun trend that I've seen. But as far as, adults go, one trend, one gift trend that I have also noticed is like the need for kind of just practical home appliances, right? So a lot of smaller kitchen appliances like the Ninja Creamy Swirl is like an ice cream maker. And
Ah,
I feel like that's something that maybe, your grandparent or your mom or your dad might not think to buy for themselves like on a daily basis, right? But I think it's a great gift to have because they're gonna use it if they like ice cream, they like dessert, they like smoothies, right? And the whole family can use it too. And speaking of, those smaller kitchen appliances, another, gift that I personally would love to receive or give is a new coffee maker, a new pour over coffee maker. I've been using a new one from I think it's like True Coffee, and it's such a simple coffee like pour over coffee maker that I love so much. I use it every day. So if you're buying for somebody that is, getting into coffee or they enjoy coffee, I think those kind of gifts that you can use on a daily basis are really important. So that's just a few of the trends I've seen. Yeah.
that's great. That's great.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I personalized one question for you just earlier, and, and I'd like to maybe add a little personalization from you, because I am a last minute shopper. I read that in my research of you that you kind of identify as a little bit of a last minute shopper. Maybe tell us about a time when you got that perfect gift, but it was just last minute. What was the gift and maybe the
Sure.
circumstance? Yeah.
Yeah, so a little bit of background, I'm constantly online, right, in the e-commerce space, and when I'm working throughout this month, I rarely take the extra time to online shop, so I get to a point where it's, like, a few days before Christmas, and I'm like, "I need to buy gifts." So, I
Right.
usually yeah, like, it I'll be home with the family usually, and I'm notorious for making, like, a TJ Maxx run and getting things like jewelry, blankets, board games, kind of things. But last year specifically, I was working at 30 Rock, and we have that gift, shop at the bottom of 30 Rock with a lot of the NC, themed gifts. And I decided to stop in. I was like, maybe I'll get a few last minute gifts on my way home for the holidays. So I
Wow.
stopped in
Wow.
there and
That's
I
cool.
yeah, thanks. And I bought this The Office, a TV show, the Office themed
Yeah.
Clue game for
Oh,
my
wow.
parents because they love The Office. It's
Uh-huh.
constant when I visit home. Uh, so I bought that and I was like, this is such a last minute gift, but I'm running out of time this year. And I got home and it ended up being such a hit because on Christmas morning, my whole family played the board game. It was
Oh,
so much fun.
that's wonderful.
And yeah, it was just fun. I like I think a board game is a really great gift, especially if it's like personalized. Like you can get one that is the theme of, a TV show or,
Uh-huh.
so that was a really last minute gift that went over well.
Oh, that's such a great idea. I mean, who doesn't
Yeah,
love Dwight? I mean, I just think The Office would be I mean, that is such a great idea. Good
I know.
good for you. Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, I have a question for you because also in my research of you,
Yeah.
I found that you, and you kinda tipped us off earlier, you mentioned the Marshall, the Marshall speaker. You're very musical, you write songs, and I just think it's so impressive when people can, kind of be multi-talented and use both left and right sides of their brains doing things. And so I wonder, as you're
Oh,
shopping, do you think about music? Do you think about writing music? Are you actually writing songs? How does that creative side of you
yeah.
influence some of your gift giving choices?
No, thank you so much for asking that. This was an interesting question, and I had to think about it. But so yeah, so I, like you said, I love writing songs. When I'm not working, I'm a storyteller as far as music goes as well. I I love a story. So when I'm shopping for gifts, I often like those gifts to reflect, you know, a part of that person's life that I'm buying for. Um, and one thing I love is, for an example, I love mugs. I collect mugs. I think mugs tell a story. I
Yeah.
my friends make fun of me because my cabinet's like full of them.
Uh,
But so if I'm shopping for, say a mug in particular, I, you know, I think I think those tell stories. Like I said, I think depending on where you bought it, whether it was like a vacation, their favorite store, it's telling a story. So it's like, the person that's waking up drinking coffee from their mug, it's kind of like turning a song on
uh,
and reminiscing a little bit. So I think that's kind of my thought process as far as the gifts that I give reflecting who I'm buying them for and the stories behind them. Um, I don't know if that answers your question, but
Oh,
that's
that's
just
lovely. No, that's a lovely answer. So who are some of your musical influences? What
so
are the songwriters that you just think are just a current songwriter? Maybe tell us somebody that you really just think is doing some good stuff. Tip us on.
yeah, for years, I've really loved, Casey Musgraves. I think
Ah, okay, neat.
she
Yeah.
really, she writes a great song. She's a great storyteller. And she's just, one person that I listen to often. Um, I also, was raised on the Beatles, so I'm constantly listening to the Beatles and those melodies and those lyrics. And so I think my influences are really kind of a combination of, um, 60s, 70s, Fleetwood Mac. I love Fleetwood Mac. And mixed with like current songwriter storytellers that are more so like Americana now. Um, I can go on for hours talking about
Oh
this. I
gosh.
love
Well,
the
I
music.
would join you. I love the Beatles. I love Fleetwood Mac. I listen to a station. It's a holiday station hosted by Jimmy Fallon, and he plays
Yeah.
all of these great Christmas songs that are by a whole bunch of artists. And I am just absolutely like, it's going through my head right now, the Jonas Brothers song. It
Mhm.
just is this amazing song that I just love, that I only listen to it kinda one time a year, but it tells this really neat story. So, yeah, no, thank you. I could talk to you for that's why I love the fact that you have this music
Uh-huh.
connection, and that's really kind of a neat part of your world. So, I just think that's a very impressive.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Well, let me ask you a question about, some of the work that you do in testing products,
Mhm.
and in particular, what Good Housekeeping does in terms of testing products, because online, and certainly, I feel like I'm probably part of some of this, the influencers are talking about, all of the fads and myths and how cyber shopping can be done. But you really, at Good Housekeeping, you handle it so professionally, and it's such a trusted source. And so I wonder, why is it so important that we think about getting product advice and some of these great gift ideas from such a wonderful product recommendation, organization like Good Housekeeping? Why is that so important?
Thank you. Yeah, so thank you so much for asking that. I think it's such an important question to ask, especially for good housekeeping, because we do put so much effort into finding the best products, right? So, our lab experts at the institute, they come with trained backgrounds, right, in their respective fields. We've got fiber scientists, culinary professionals, chemists working in the beauty lab. So I think the fact that we've got all of these like genius, experts testing these products all year long, trying to find the best ones, really helps us stand out amongst a lot of other, um, you know, product recommendation sites that might not put that kind of effort in. Um, so that is, I think, a huge part of what makes us really special. We're only recommending the products that we love and we stand by and we believe in. Um, so yeah, I think, we've got our lab experts working so hard every day on, testing these products. And then we also have our editors, including myself, who are trying these products. And I'm not a scientist. I can't take any um lab lab expert, I'm not one of them, but I can say, I am also trying products and we're all really standing by these items that we're recommending. So, we're in this with the shoppers. We just want them to have the best products that they can get.
Thank you for that. I too feel the same about Good Housekeeping, and it's trustworthiness, and I think that is so important to us
Yeah.
these days in this era. And I know you work right alongside all of those people in that team to make sure that everything that we learn from you is just part of a real organizational push towards transparency and openness, but yet good solid background and testing. So I have kind of um, a question for you, one that I think is on the mind of a lot of us who, might be in the retiree category. Perhaps some of us are caregivers. We want to give the best gift, but it's about balance. How do we make sure to do that without going over budget? What is a gift idea that you might have that you can share with us that would be a meaningful gift, but one that
Mhm.
is, kind of within a framework of our affordability?
Sure. So I know this is a hot take, like I guess literally, but
Mm,
I love a candle. I really love
that's nice.
candles. And
That's
I
nice. I agree with you.
um I think that, candles, they are most of them are pretty affordable, but they're also very, you can personalize them. If you're buying a candle for somebody, you can get their favorite scent. You can have a message written on it. You can present it in a really nice way. I think it's kind of, an affordable option. For example, when I was living in Tennessee for about 4 years, my friends sent me a homesick candle, and it was such a sweet gesture. And smelled amazing. There was a message written on it. I mean, the wax is gone now, but I still have the candle, the candle holder. You know, I think a candle is a great gift if you're on a budget and you want something really meaningful. So,
That's wonderful. That's lovely. Thank you so much. Senior editor for Deals and Trends, Amanda Fama, has been our guest today from Good Housekeeping. Really so nice to talk to you. I will tell you just selfishly, I'm going to look forward to having you back because I just think this is a subject we all are thinking about, and it's been so much fun to talk with you. Happy holidays to you and your
well,
family. I've just enjoyed this, but thanks so much for your generous time, Amanda.
thank you so much. I appreciate it.
A special thanks to our sponsor today, Aura Frames. Please check out their website, check out our website for gift ideas about those wonderful Aura frames. If you've been listening with your holiday list in one hand and your budget in the other, good news. You're now armed with expert picks, tested products. But big thanks to Amanda Fama from Good Housekeeping for reminding us that a great gift doesn't have to come with stress or sticker shock. Whether you're shopping early, late, or still waiting for inspiration to strike? Remember, thoughtfulness always beats flash. To listen to today's conversation again or check out more episodes in our Good, Better, Best series, visit notold-better.com. Our full archive is available there. Hundreds of inspiring stories, expert guests, and great advice. For more episodes like this one and all of our stories, advice, and seasonal favorites, head over to notold-better.com. You can follow us online. We're at Twitter at notoldbetter and Instagram at notoldbetter. This episode was produced by NOBS Studios. I'm your host, Paul Vogelzang. Thanks for spending part of your season with us, and please be well, be safe. Let's talk about better. The Not Old Better Show on radio and podcast. Our Good Housekeeping, Good, Better, Best interview series. Always right here. Please join me again next time. Thanks, everybody.